Hi, everybody. This is Mercer Ellington. Welcome to our show.
The Genius of Duke. Hal Jackson here, speaking to you on behalf of the Social Security Administration and this station. We're extremely proud to present this tribute to one of the giants of American music, Mr. Duke Ellington. With us today is Mercer Ellington, the Duke's son and a well-known composer and band leader in his own right, talking about and playing some of the Duke's all-time great hits. And in just a few minutes, I'll have something to say to you kids who are thinking about your first job. I'll bet a lot of you are kind of surprised to hear me talking to young people about Social Security. You know, a lot of people have a notion that Social Security is strictly for older people. Well, that's just not so. And I'll be laying it on you in just a little bit. And now to our host for today's show, Duke Ellington's son, Mercer.
Stepping into Swing Society was written in 1938, and I think it was one of the first tunes that made me musically aware of pop's genius. The version you're going to hear was recorded 20 years later in a new arrangement by Luther Henderson. Although under my leadership, most of the musicians are from pop's orchestra, and Billy Strayhorn was on the piano. Johnny Hodges and Ben Webster are the sax soloists.
The great Duke Ellington's hit, Steppin' Into Swing Society, played by our host, Mercer Ellington and his orchestra. Now then, I've got a word from Social Security for all of you who are thinking about going to work for the first time. Every year there's a whole new crop of young people going out into the job market. Be sure you're well prepared. And being prepared means making certain you have a Social Security card. With more than 90% of jobs today covered by Social Security, you'll need a Social Security card to show to your new boss. He needs your Social Security number so that you can get proper credit for your earnings and start building up your Social Security protection. Then if you become disabled or retire, you and your family can get monthly payments or survivor's benefits for your family if you die. It takes several weeks to get a Social Security card, so don't wait until the last minute. Apply now at any Social Security office. Then you'll be all set for your first job, and good luck. Mercer, I sense a good tune on its way up.
Sidney Bechet was one of Pop's early influences and inspirations. He heard him the first time in the Howard Theater in Washington, D.C. around 1921. The number he dedicated to him in the New Orleans suite was to have been featured and played by Johnny Hodges, who had learned so much from Bechet. But Johnny died the day before the recording session, so the sax soloist you hear now is the late, great Paul Gonsalves.
The one, the only Duke Ellington and his band, and a portrait of Sidney Bechet from the New Orleans suite. Like I was saying to you kids that are out there looking for your first job, you should always remember that the first thing your new boss is going to ask you for is your Social Security card. So have it handy. And remember, that little piece of cardboard will help protect both you and your family during your whole lifetime. And if you kids out there have questions about Social Security that you want answered, you just pick up a telephone and call any Social Security office. You'll find a helpful person who can answer any question you have. Now then, back to Mercer Ellington and his closing number.
When Duke Ellington That's my dad, was engaged to write the score of Vegas Holiday in 1947, he wrote 78 songs, just half of which were actually used in the show. Maybe I Should Change My Ways was one of the big numbers, and this instrumental version is virtually a showcase for Ray Nance's violin.
That was Duke Ellington playing Maybe I Should Change My Ways. Afraid that's all the time we have for today, but we'll be back this way again very soon. Right, Mercer?
Right, Hal. This is Mercer Ellington saying ciao, and we'll see you real soon. And remember, until next time, stay well and stay happy.
The Genius of Duke has been brought to you by the Social Security Administration and this station as a public service so that you may find out about your rights and benefits under Social Security. If you've enjoyed the show, please join us again next week on this station. Until then, this is Hal Jackson saying, when you think of the future, think of Social Security.